You cannot make money trading because you are built wrong, not broken. Wrong. There is a difference. Broken means damaged. Wrong means designed for a different game. And you were designed for a game that no longer exists. Your brain is a survival machine optimized for the African savanna 200,000 years ago. And that machine is actively killing you in the market. Today, I am going to tell you exactly how your evolutionary programming sabotages every trade you take and how to rewire it before it destroys your account. Let's begin. The first thing we need to understand is evolutionary betrayal. Let me be blunt. The same instincts that kept your ancestors alive are the ones bankrupting you right now. Fight or flight, aggression when threatened, the need to win at all costs, the drive to dominate and conquer. These traits were survival tools. If a lion attacked your tribe, hesitation meant death. If a rival tribe invaded your territory, passivity meant extinction. So evolution hardwired you to react fast, fight hard, and never back down. That wiring saved the species. And it is destroying your trading account. Meet Jason, 32 years old, a former college athlete, competitive his entire life. That competitiveness made him successful in every other domain. Sports, career, relationships. He learned early that winners push harder, that aggression pays off, that quitting is for losers. So when he started trading, he brought that same energy. A trade goes against him, he doubles down, the market moves without him. He chases. He loses 3 in a row. He goes bigger on the 4th to make it back. Because in every other area of his life, that aggression worked. But in trading, it killed him. He blew up his account twice in 8 months. And he sat there confused, thinking he was not trying hard enough, not aggressive enough, not competitive enough, when the truth was the opposite. His competitiveness was the poison. The drive that made him successful everywhere else was the exact thing destroying him here. Because markets are built exactly on this. Markets are a mechanism designed to take money from small investors and transfer it to big investors. This is my personal view. Small investors just mean fuel. So the market is a master at playing on our human sides and manipulating us because it is designed on our weaknesses. It takes our money through our weaknesses and transfers it to the rich. It may sound like a conspiracy theory, and you are not wrong, but I see markets as wheels that turn on people's weaknesses. Under the name of technical analysis, we are often taught ways to become fuel for the market. The truth can be annoying, but the idea that something so many people know and practice will make everyone rich makes no sense at all. That is why most people fail while the minority succeeds. Markets are machines designed according to your human sides and weaknesses. And the money in your pocket means fuel in the market. So if you approach it like you approach everything else, you do what it wants. And if you play this game according to real-life rules, the house wins, not you. So we have to put aside our impulsive and human sides. We must forget most things that lead us to success in real life when we sit at the screen. Here is what Jason did not understand. Trading is not a battle. It is not a competition. There is no opponent to defeat, no finish line to cross, no trophy for the most aggressive. The market does not care about your will to win. It does not care about your effort. It does not care about your refusal to quit. The market is not your enemy. It is not even aware of you. It is a river, and you are standing in it trying to punch the water. Every punch exhausts you. The river does not notice. This is the evolutionary betrayal. The traits that made you dominant in the ancestral environment make you a victim in the market. Aggression becomes overtrading. Competitiveness becomes revenge trading. Refusal to quit becomes holding losers. The caveman brain that saved your bloodline is the same brain bleeding your account dry. When the market throws you a punch, if you want to strike back, you open another position and you stop out again. In summary, this is what happens. So we must take the punch and act like we did not. And this is not easy at all. Let's continue with the second thing you need to understand.
Sell it now.
The
Get out of the
control
position.
illusion. Your brain is wired to seek control. Because in the ancestral environment,
everything under
control
50.
meant survival. Control the fire, control the hunt, control the territory. The tribes that controlled their environment lived. The ones that did not died. So your limbic system is obsessed with control, and when it encounters something it cannot control, it panics or it pretends. It creates the illusion of control to calm itself down, and that illusion is killing you in trading. We have no tolerance for lack of control and uncertainty. That is why we want to see a pattern to eliminate uncertainty. That is why sometimes we think we see it even when there is no pattern, just to feel safer and eliminate uncertainty, because we cannot tolerate it. That is why we load meaning onto candles. That is why technical analysis exists. Humans cannot tolerate uncertainty, and the idea that they cannot control. So everyone derives meaning from candles in their own way. Maybe they are all our delusions. Who knows, but nobody thinks of doing this job without doing this. Everyone must load some meaning onto candles and try to see uncertainty as something control. Label because we are human. Meet Rachel. She studies charts for hours, draws levels, analyzes volume, calculates probabilities, and all of that analysis makes her feel in control, like she knows what will happen next. Actually, she is feeling an illusion. But this comforts her. She has to do this, she feels like she has figured out the code. So she enters a trade, it immediately goes against her. And instead of accepting that the market is random and her analysis was just a guess, her brain doubles down on the illusion because her approach is wrong. And she has no choice but to do this. This is easier to accept than accepting uncertainty. It tells her the market is wrong, that if she just holds a little longer, the market will come back because she thinks her analysis was good. Her levels were perfect. The market has to respect them. It does not, the market does not know about her levels. It does not care about her analysis. And by the time Rachel accepts this, she has turned a small loss into a large one. The reason for all this is not accepting uncertainty. No matter what, we cannot know the outcome. This is a very disturbing truth, and only the highest level traders truly believe this. No matter what, no price movement is certain. Here is the brutal truth. You control nothing in the market. You do not control direction. You do not control volatility. You do not control when your setup appears or whether it works when it does. You do not control order flow. You do not control liquidity. You do not control the whales, the algos, the news. You control exactly two things: your process and your mind. That is it. And until you stop trying to control the uncontrollable, you will keep losing. This is inevitable because every attempt to control the market is your caveman brain trying to wrestle a river, and rivers always win. This does not change. So stop trying to swim again. NST the current as soon as possible. Third, the ambush predator. So if aggression does not work and control is an illusion, what does work? You become an ambush predator. Not a warrior, not a conqueror, a predator that waits, that watches, that does nothing until the exact right moment and then strikes. Fast, clean, done. Lions hunt by chasing exhausting prey over distance, using aggression and endurance. Crocodiles hunt by waiting, motionless in the water, hours, days, until prey comes to them, and then one explosion of movement. The lion expends energy constantly. The crocodile expends energy once. In trading, you are not the lion, you are the crocodile. I want you to remember these metaphors and remind yourself, you are not chasing prey, you are waiting for it to come to your feet. And this waiting protects you from all kinds of dangers. It prevents you from ruining the process. And it becomes one of the most important reasons that will make you profitable. Meet Daniel. It took him 3 years to figure this out. For the first 2 years, he was Jason, aggressive, competitive, trading 10 times a day, convinced that more action meant more profit. He stayed break even, sometimes up, mostly down, frustrated, exhausted. Then something shifted. He started tracking how much time he spent in trades versus how much time he spent waiting. 90% waiting, 10% in trades. And he realized that 10% was all that mattered. The 90% was just noise, distraction, anxiety. So he changed his approach. He stopped watching the market constantly, set alerts, walked away, only came back when his setup appeared. Waited, watched, did nothing. And when the setup triggered, he took it, managed it, closed it, and walked away again. His trade frequency dropped by 70%. His win rate went up 15%. His stress disappeared because he stopped being a warrior and became a predator. He was waiting for his prey. And in the times he waited but did not take action, he realized that not exposing himself to charts sharpened him even more. He was making and executing clearer decisions. The probability of making mistakes decreased. Stress levels dropped. He was no longer getting tired chasing his prey. He was waiting for his prey to come to his feet. And when it came, he acted and just did his job. Spending less time did not make him an unsuccessful trader. On the contrary, it made him a successful and profitable trader because he realized trading does not work like the real world. He knew the lie that the more time you spend, the more money you make, was a lie. There was no direct connection between time spent and money. He had become a crocodile because he had to. Lions chased their prey all day and returned home empty-handed. He fed whenever prey came to him and never went hungry. This is the hardest mental shift in trading, because your caveman brain hates waiting. Waiting feels like losing. Waiting feels like cowardice. Waiting feels unproductive and empty. I know it is very difficult to tolerate. Waiting gives you the feeling that the other guy is getting ahead while you are doing nothing, but the other guy is bleeding out and you are staying alive. Ambush predators do not chase. They do not compete. They do not prove anything. They wait. And waiting is not passive. Waiting is the most active thing you can do. Because waiting requires you to override every evolutionary instinct screaming at you to move, to act, to do something, anything. The market rewards the predator who can sit still and punishes the warrior who cannot. You are controlling your impulses, and this is the best thing you can do. This is how you survive and make money in the markets. Remember, you are a crocodile. Fourth, the Holy Grail idea. Most raiders spend years searching for the Holy Grail, the perfect indicator, the unbeatable strategy, the secret pattern that wins every time. And they never find it because it does not exist. The truth is very simple, just not in the form they are looking for. The Holy Grail is not a tool. It is not external. The Holy Grail is you. The Holy Grail is how you manage your mind in the face of uncertainty. That is it. The strategy does not matter as much as you think. Hundreds of strategies work. Thousands of traders make money with completely different approaches. The difference is not the strategy. It is the psychology driving the strategy, the stable mind behind the strategy. Strong mental real traders who can control their impulses. Traders who have forgotten what fear of missing out means. Even if they look at charts for hours, they have managed to become completely independent. They have become a crocodile and they are waiting, and they know very well what they are waiting for. When what they are waiting for comes to their feet, they do not hesitate. And what should happen happens. Meet Sophia. She had a good strategy. 60% win rate, positive expectancy. On paper, it worked. In practice, she was losing. Why? Because she could not handle the 40%. Every time the strategy failed, her caveman brain took over. It told her the strategy was broken, that she needed a new one. So she would switch, try something else that would work for a while, then fail, and she would switch again. 5 years, 7 different strategies, all of them profitable on paper, none of them profitable in her hands. Because the strategy was never the problem. Her inability to sit with uncertainty was the problem. Her need for the strategy to work every time. Her need for control. Her need to feel safe. And markets do not provide safety. They provide probability. And probability means sometimes you lose. And if you cannot accept that without panicking, no strategy will save you. Most traders choose to work on strategies rather than on themselves, because confronting themselves is hard. Confronting themselves is abstract. So it is not even easy to understand what this means. So instead of choosing the hard path, they change strategies and continue. You can run from the real problem forever, but eventually you will have to face it. Stop looking for strategies. Stop trying to be a lion. You can be a lion outside, but when you sit at the screen, be a crocodile. Change your approach. Reach such a level that no price movement can trigger any impulse in you. Become completely detached. Today I can make money, I can lose money, or I may not take a trade and I am okay with all possibilities. I am at peace with all of them. I am not chasing anything. I am waiting. The Holy Grail is not found. It is built inside you. It is the ability to take a loss and feel nothing. To watch your analysis fail and not question yourself. To sit in a drawdown and not change your plan. To execute the same process in the face of chaos. This is alchemy. You are taking the base metals of fear and greed and transmuting them into the gold of discipline and neutrality. And this process is the only thing separating profitable traders from everyone else. Work on yourself. You may not know what this means. If you sit and think, if you stare at the wall doing nothing, and can tolerate this, I promise you answers will start coming. As long as you truly seek answers with all your sincerity, you will find them. You will confront yourself and notice your weaknesses, and find ways to eliminate them. You will make peace with not being a lion and become a crocodile. You will wait and learn not to be uncomfortable about it, to be patient, to stay out of trades. You will learn to do nothing even if everything screams at you, to press that button. Now let's continue with the solutions. That is mental alchemy. Meet the big four. Your limbic system generates fear and aggression. That is its job. It kept you alive in the wild, but it will kill you in the market. So you need to replace those energies with something else. Four things: curiosity, discipline, neutrality, patience. These are not personality traits. They are skills, and you build them by deliberately killing the caveman. Curiosity replaces fear. When a trade goes against you, fear says run. Curiosity says interesting. What is the market telling me? What should I understand from this? What is the lesson I can take? Fear closes your mind, curiosity opens it. Traders who operate from fear make reactive decisions. Traders who operate from curiosity make informed ones. Every loss becomes data. Every unexpected move becomes a lesson. You stop being afraid of the market and start being fascinated by it. Fear tells you to forget your bad trades. Curiosity makes you think about them, notice your weaknesses, and become better. It finds the vulnerabilities in your system, and you make it better. Approach losing trades with curiosity and learn, because you will definitely find something to learn. Eliminate fear. It is not serving you. You do not need it. Discipline replaces aggression. Aggression says, I will force this to work. Discipline says, I will follow the process regardless of outcome. Aggression is emotional. Discipline is mechanical. The aggressive trader takes 10 trades to prove he can win. The disciplined trader takes 1 trade because the setup appeared. Aggression exhausts. Discipline sustains. And trading is a marathon, not a sprint. The guy sprinting at mile 2 does not finish. Focus on discipline. Love the process. Neutrality replaces greed. Greed says, I need this trade to win. Neutrality says, this trade is one of a hundred. Greed creates attachment to outcome. Neutrality creates detachment. And detachment is power, because when you do not need the trade to work, you can manage it objectively. You can cut it when it is wrong. Hold it when it is right, without emotion distorting your decisions. Greed makes you hold losers and cut winners. Neutrality makes you do the opposite. Patience replaces impulsivity. Impulsivity says, act now. Patience says, wait for the right moment. The caveman brain is impulsive because in the wild, hesitation meant death. But in trading, hesitation often means survival. Impulsive traders take every setup. Patient traders take the best setups. Impulsivity bleeds accounts slowly. Patience builds them steadily. Marcus built these 4. It took him 18 months. The first year was torture. His caveman brain screamed at him constantly, told him he was being weak, cowardly, slow, missing opportunities. But he kept training. Every time fear appeared, he forced himself to ask, what is this telling me? Instead of running, every time aggression surged, he forced himself to check his process instead of acting. Every time greed whispered, he forced himself to remember, this is one of hundreds. Every time impulsivity pushed, he forced himself to wait 5 more minutes, 18 months of that. And now those responses are automatic. Fear appears. Curiosity follows instantly. Aggression surges. Discipline kicks in. The caveman is not dead, but it is not driving anymore. The big 4 are. You are not broken. Do not worry. Let me be clear about something. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are not stupid. You are wired for a game that no longer exists. And until you accept that your evolutionary programming is the enemy, you will keep losing. The drive to win. The need for control. Aggression when threatened. Fear of loss. These are not flaws. They are features. Features designed for survival in a world where threats were immediate and physical. But trading is not that world. Trading is abstract, probabilistic, patient, and your caveman brain cannot handle it. So it panics, overreacts, makes terrible decisions, and you sit there thinking, you are the problem. You are not the problem. The caveman is. Your job is to kill it. Not literally, but functionally. You kill it by building new pathways, by training new responses, by forcing yourself to act against instinct until the new behavior becomes instinct. This is not motivation. This is reconditioning. You are reprogramming a 200,000-year-old operating system, and it will not go quietly, it will fight. It will scream. It will tell you that you are being foolish, that you are missing out, that you need to act now. And every time it does, you will ignore it and choose curiosity, discipline, neutrality, patience, over and over until the caveman goes quiet and the trader takes over. This is the first thing you must overcome. Not a strategy problem, not a knowledge problem. The market does not care about your survival instincts. It does not reward aggression. It does not respect your need for control. It rewards the trader who can sit still, who can wait, who can lose without panicking, who can win without celebrating, who can operate in uncertainty without collapsing. That trader is not born. That trader is built by killing the caveman. One decision at a time, one decision at a time, one moment of restraint at a time. This transformation does not happen in a single breakthrough. It happens in small, almost invisible choices. The choice to follow your stop loss even when it hurts. The choice to not revenge trade after a loss. The choice to skip a mediocre setup even though you feel bored. The choice to close the platform and walk away when there is nothing to do. This is how you rewire yourself. Not through motivation, not through hype, through repetition, through choosing the higher response over the primitive one again and again until it becomes automatic. At first, it will feel unnatural. Your body will feel tense. Your mind will race. You will feel like you missing out. You will see moves happen without you, and your brain will scream that you should have been in them. This is the caveman reacting to perceived danger. In the wild, missing an opportunity to hunt meant starvation. In trading, missing a move means nothing. There will always be another one. The market opens again tomorrow. You must deeply understand this. Opportunity is infinite. Your capital is not. Your energy is not. Your emotional stability is not. Protect those first. The trader who survives is the trader who lasts. And the trader who lasts is the one who manages himself better than he manages his charts. You do not need to predict the market. You need to prepare for it. You do not need certainty. You need rules. You do not need confidence in the outcome. You need confidence in your process. When you shift your focus from outcome to execution, everything changes. A losing trade executed perfectly becomes a success. A winning trade taken impulsively becomes a failure. Because in the long run, only process compounds. Emotion does not. Think in series, not in single events. One trade means nothing. 10 trades begin to show the truth. Professionals think in distributions. Amateurs think in moments. The caveman reacts to the present. The trader plans for the long term. When you truly internalize that any single trade is irrelevant, fear loses its urgency. Impulsivity loses its power. You begin to see losses as business expenses. You begin to see winning streaks as statistical clusters, not proof of genius. You detach from identity. You are not a good trader because you won today. You are not a bad trader because you lost. You are simply executing a probabilistic edge over time. And this is where peace begins. Not excitement, not adrenaline. Peace. The calm acceptance that uncertainty is permanent. The IET confidence that you can operate inside it without emotional collapse. The discipline to act only when your criteria are met. The patience to wait when they are not. Eventually, something subtle happens. The market stops feeling like an enemy. It stops feeling like a test of your intelligence or worth. It becomes what it always was. A flow of information. Price moves. You respond, sometimes you gain, sometimes you lose. But you remain stable. That stability is the edge. Not speed, not prediction, not secret indicators, stability. When you reach that point, trading becomes simple. Not easy, but simple. Wait, execute, manage risk, repeat. No drama, no ego, no revenge, no chasing. Just process. And if you can do that consistently, if you can truly silence the caveman and let the trained trader lead, profitability becomes a byproduct. Not because you forced it, not because you conquered the market, but because you conquered yourself. That is the real game. And once you understand that, everything changes.